90 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Terry Henne here at Radio Center, along with Matthew Lester. And Matthew, I hope you had a nice weekend out there shoveling snow, especially Saturday morning. That was quite a job.
Yeah, and then once all the plows came through, it was like, doing the driveway all over again.
Over again. They have that way of loading up the driveway right about where you want to get in.
Yeah.
And that snow was really wet. And, I mean, it's a good thing you got it out of the way because it turned to concrete as we went through Saturday night, and early Sunday morning. And those temperatures dropping down in some cases. We haven't seen this cold a morning in a few years. We haven't had a chance to really do a lot of research as of right now, but a little bit later this afternoon, we're going to check it out because we have had some relatively mild winters. Even when we did get some snow, it's been a little while since we've actually been at or below zero. Matter of fact, we started the morning off in some places at 5 below zero. We'll touch on that in just a moment. And I'm not talking feels like, I'm talking on the thermometer this morning. Matthew, as of right now, what do we have for our temperatures on the gauge?
Well, over in Midland, it's cloudy at 5, but it feels like -2. Over at the airport, it's cloudy at 4, but it feels like -6. Here at Radio Center, we're at 5, but it feels like -3. We have southwest winds at 10 miles per hour, and our pressure's at 30.14, and it's rising.
Kind of interesting. You take a look at some of the reporting stations in southern Michigan. They're colder than what we are here. Ann Arbor, right now, it's 1 below zero. I don't know if that's a function of all the hot air is gone from the celebration, and Coach Harbaugh is now working with Seattle, from what I understand. He took the job there. Hillsdale right now is 3 below zero. Lansing is 1 below. Coldwater, it is 2 below zero right now. Battle Creek is 2 below. Benton Harbor is 1 below. Marshall, 2 below zero. Sturgis, 4 below zero. And again, all of those reporting stations are well south of us here in the Great Lakes Bay area. As a matter of fact, you take a look at the Upper Peninsula, you have to go over on the west side of the UP to see temperatures that are as, if not colder. Iron Mountain right now is no warmer than, or no colder really, than Ann Arbor. It's 2 below zero. Ironwood is at 7 below zero, and they right now appear to be the coldest of all of the readings that we're seeing in the state. Even Pellston, of all things, they're in the single digits, but they're positive, and normally Pellston is one of the cold spots. Matter of fact, I'm taking a look at it right now. At first I thought I was looking at a typo. It says Pellston is at 16 as of right now. Alpena's at 13, Charlevoix 15, Traverse City is currently at 14 degrees. Now, how much snow is there, especially up there and especially south? Again, it's kind of amazing when you take a look at some of these reports. Who has the snow? Over in Michigan's Thumb, Bad Axe is looking at 4 inches on the ground. Fillion has 5. Port Austin has 5. Saginaw County, 2 or 3 of the reporting stations in Saginaw are talking 7 and 8 inches of snow. Frankenmuth and Chesaning have 5 inches. Over in Tuscola County, the back 40 in Richville, I'm looking at a good 5 there. A little bit more, I think, in some spots. You could see 7 or 8 inches in Tuscola County. Caro and Cass City officially are at 5 inches of snow on the ground. Owasso is looking at 6. Genesee County, Burton, 5 inches. Goodrich is looking at 3. Lapeer has 8 inches of snow on the ground as of this morning. Down in Oakland County, Ortonville has 8 inches of snow on the ground. Farmington has 3. Ann Arbor has 5. Chelsea has 5. Detroit looking at 2, 3, 4 inches of snow in that part of the state. Tecumseh in Lenawee County has 6 inches of snow officially on the ground. Now, where you would expect snow, yeah, they've got it. Sault Ste. Marie, not as much as what I kind of thought, but as of right now, this morning, they say they have 9 inches of snow. Now, they picked up just in the last 24 hours, 4 inches of snow there. Alpena has 11 inches. Houghton Lake is reporting 9 inches. Beulah, 12. Cadillac, 13. Charlevoix, 19. Detour Village at 12. East Jordan looking at 19 inches of snow. Tawas is talking 8. Gaylord is looking at 16. Gladwin, you have 13 inches. Glenny is looking at 16 inches. Mayo has 18 inches of snow on the ground. Petoskey looking at 17. Standish, they're reporting 9 inches of snow on the ground. Traverse City is reporting 14. West Branch currently has 15 inches of snow. East Jordan looking at 19. Mansalona, 19. Mayo, another reporting station, 17 inches. So needless to say, plenty of snow, a little bit more snow in northern sections of the lower peninsula than what we're seeing in the upper peninsula. Upper peninsula, it's no slouch, but still not as much universal snowpack in that part of the state. So for the most part, we are looking at plenty of cold weather for the next few days, so the snow isn't going anywhere. We are going to see some lake effect as we roll through the next few days. We're still going to continue to see a breeze out there, southwest 10, 15 miles per hour, not only for the remainder of the day today and tonight, but for a good part of the day tomorrow. We're looking for a low temperature tonight after a high of, well, we're going to say 14. We should drop down to about 6 for a low tonight. Sun will set this evening at 5:25. Rise tomorrow morning at 8:06. Tomorrow, 10 for a high. That's all the warmer we're going to get. And some of you won't even get that. And again, we're talking on the thermometer. We're not talking wind chills. 0 for a low tomorrow night. Then Wednesday, 15 for a high, 7 for a low. All the way through this period, clouds, flurries, that's going to be about it. Does appear as though a low pressure system over Iowa, it's a pretty weak one, is going to be exiting to the east. So we'll come under the influence of that over the next couple of days with these colder temperatures. It's going to continue to reinforce a high pressure system, which is up in northern Canada. That's really pumping it down over us. Wednesday's forecast is maybe a glimpse of sun, but for the most part, mostly cloudy, 15 for a high, 7 for a low. We're going to keep our eye on a system in the southeastern part of the United States on Wednesday. That very possibly by Thursday will be moving up the East Coast and pushing back at us some snow and maybe some rain a little bit closer to the low pressure system. So kind of keep your eye on that, because Thursday and Friday, there is going to be the chance of seeing some snow and measurable amount of snow. Temperatures are going to warm up just a little bit more as we approach the tail end of the work week. Thursday's high will be 20. We're going to have that chance of snow, but Thursday night will drop down to about 3 or 4 degrees. Then on Friday, mostly cloudy skies, snow. It'll be very heavy snow in southern Indiana into western Kentucky and moving through the Tennessee Valley and the eastern part of the Ohio River Valley. Again, that's going to be on Friday. So there is a very good possibility that some of that could make its way into the eastern or southeastern part of the lower peninsula, and possibly including us. High on Friday will be 20. Friday night, 5 below zero for a low. Saturday and Sunday, 18 for a high, 22 for a high on Sunday, 10 degrees for low temperatures on both days, a little bit more in the way of sun, less clouds. Moving into the week next week, we're going to be looking at much warmer temperatures, actually above normal for this time of the year. And we very possibly on Tuesday of next week, Matthew, we could get a rain shower.
Rain,
Yeah,
not snow?
not snow. So this is going to be a real interesting turnaround. I don't think, though, that this is going to be our winter, but it's going to warm up next week. So if there's some stuff out there that you decided that you can't get to because it's buried and it's frozen, you might have a chance to retrieve it sometime next week. We'll just have to see how everything goes. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Standing by, who do we have, Matthew?
Up next, we have Gary Kaufman from Star of the West.
But before we do that, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
Nutrient Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrient Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrientagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrient Ag Solutions crop consultant today.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Legendary Tree Care. With all of that heavy, wet snow and the strong, gusty winds, my guess is you got some branches hanging around and you got a lot of trash on the lawn. Once things kind of clear off, you're going to have to do some cleaning up. Legendary Tree Care. Well, if you need some trimming, if you need a tree removed, Legendary Tree Care is ready to go for you. No job is too big, no job is too small. They are fully licensed and insured, and they specialize in big projects. LegendaryTreeCare.com is where you can check them out or like them on Facebook. They're there when you need them. Matthew, you mentioned a word to describe Mother Nature when we were talking about the cold and then the warm next week. What was that word again?
Bipolar.
You got it. Mother Nature's bipolar this year.
Heck yeah, it's rainy one minute, then snowing the next, then it's sunny out, then it wants to be warm, but then it wants to be cold, and then it's back to snowy again, and then it's sunny. Just a ongoing cycle.
There you go. And it looks like it's going to continue that way pretty much all winter long. Along with us, Gary Kaufman at Star of the West. Gary, good morning. How are you?
Hey, good morning there, Terry. Doing well, thanks.
Well, good. Now you got a day to recover, right?
Well, yeah, I guess you could say that after Friday's trade and the last week's trade, we need a day of recovery. So,
well, and I'll tell you, that government report doesn't seem to be helping a lot, does it?
No, it was, it was pretty bearish corn and soybeans, and for generally neutral for wheat, but wheat was pressured lower Friday from the corn and beans being down. we did gain some back towards the end of the trade on Friday, but still at the end of the day, it was all down. So,
any particular reason or reasons that was in that report that made the markets do what they did?
Yeah, starting with corn, Terry, the December 1st stocks, which was reported, last Friday on January 12th, they were 156 million bushel greater than the trade average. South America changes found Brazil 500,000 metric ton above the average. Argentina's estimated were 55 million metric ton. That was 200,000 higher than the trade average. So a lot more production on the corn side, increasing ending stocks, overall and exceeding the trade average by 68 million on ending stocks, Terry. On the soybeans, stocks were 24 million more than the trade average. South America changes found Brazil 300,000 above the trade average, and Argentina was 1.3 higher than the trade average. Thing with Brazil production and South America production, it was, we knew their numbers were going to be, they're not as big as you thought, but they're still 900 million bushel greater than a year ago. So, again, how far down do we have to drive the corn price and the soybean price to start some demand to surface, So, on corn and soybeans, we'll continue to watch the development of South America corn crop. And, at the end of the day, that production down there is going to kind of dictate where we're going to end up on prices here, unfortunately. But, wheat, at the end of the day, wheat generally was neutral. It was pressured, like I mentioned, from corn. All U.S. wheat ending stocks at 648 million bushel were slightly below the average trade estimate of 659. But the U.S. winter wheat seeding estimates overall were supportive. Acreage was pegged at 34.4 million, and that was 1.3 million below the average trade guess, Terry, of a range of 34.5 to 39.4. So, and basically we know a late soybean harvest, fall crops were, conducive to less wheat planting as well. So,
yeah, and I got a funny feeling if the weather wouldn't have stayed decent late into the fall, we might not have had as much wheat in the ground as what we have right now.
Yeah, that was definitely a contributing factor. Yeah, we did pick up some acreage. If you look at the total acreage from, the 23 crop to 24 crop, it was down about 28%. But when you go all the way back through 2 years ago, it's not as bad. It's only down about 7% from 2 years ago, because the 2023 or 2022 fall was really nice. Prices were high. A lot of that was with Ukraine, Russia, a year ago this last fall. So production was up for the 23 crop. But again, if you go 2 years on average, we're down about 7%. But yeah, 430,000 acres of wheat planted in the state of Michigan. Definitely a huge decrease from last year's seeding. So for sure. So
yeah. All righty, Gary. Thank you so much for sharing. Markets open up when?
8:00 tonight, our time, 7:00 Chicago time. So yeah, we'll be back at it tonight. So.
And we're off to the races. Gary, have a good one.
All right. Stay warm, Terry.
Oh, I will. Gary Kaufman over at Star of the West. The market report has been brought to you by the folks at Schaefer and Beerline and Frankenmuth. Yeah, those heavy-duty 23s and the 1500 24s, they're there at Schaefer and Beerline. So if you're in the market for a new Ram 1500, a Ram heavy-duty pickup, a ProMaster van, or a Ram commercial truck, and you want to buy with confidence from a business-linked dealer that knows what customer satisfaction truly is, now is the time to go to Schaefer and Beerline in Frankenmuth, where family and service sells cars. And by Thumb Bank, serving the needs of agriculture for well over 150 years. 13 locations now to take care of you. Thumb area and the Great Lakes Bay region, they've got you covered. Thumb Bank and Trust, where relationships are built on trust. On the line with us right now, Matthew, who do we have?
Right now we have John Finley, and he's a coordinator for the Clearwater Farm Organic Expo. Mr. John Finley, how are you doing today?
Great. How are you guys?
Hey, real good, John. How's everything looking?
Hey, things are looking pretty good. So as you stated, we're an organic farm here in the Carroll area. And not sure if you knew this, Terry, but the Thumb of Michigan is considered one of the organic hotspots in the United States. And
Really?
I've had the privilege of traveling around the country and normally in the off season in the winter months. And I've gone to some organic shows and conferences all over. And many times they reference the organic hotspots and they reference the Thumb. And the area has not had an organic show, an organic program. And we decided to try our luck last year. And we had some great success. So it was a one-day show. This year, we're going to have it on this Thursday and Friday, but we're going to add the 2-day event. The first day is going to be speakers, touching base on organic topics. And the second day is going to be more of an expo, open house style, where you can come and visit. And that's this Thursday, the 18th. The speaking day starts at 11 with registration and lunch, and then we have speaking going on throughout the day. And the second day is Friday the 19th. We'll have over 50 booths with grain buyers and soil amendments, organic equipment, organic seed.
Now, as far as featured speakers go, anybody in particular that really jumps out at you that maybe our growers might be interested in?
Yeah, so we're going to have a couple of speakers on soil amendments, which is a great thing in the organic space. But the keynote speaker is Macaris, and they do a great job tracking the imports in the production of organic ag products, and then the consumption as well. So just like you have on a daily basis, they will bring a good bit of market info and where they think the market is going.
All right. So for more information, John, how can we access it? Is there a website?
There is. It's www.cwf Organic Expo, or just Google CWF, as in Clearwater Farms, CWF Organic Expo.
All righty. And directions on how to get there on the website, right?
They are, yes. And we're about 6 miles due north of Carroll.
All right. John Findlay, always good to talk. We'll look forward to seeing you on Friday, okay?
Sounds great. Thanks, Terry.
Oh, you bet. John Findlay with the Clearwater Farms Organic Expo. Again, that is Thursday and Friday of this week, and we'll be broadcasting live on Friday from the Organic Expo. Who do we have on the line with us right now, Matthew? Jerry Reif, I believe?
Yep, we do.
All righty. Right now, let's kind of get an idea on another meeting that's coming up here in another day or so. Our attorney that specializes in agriculture and a few other things as well, Jerry Reif, on the line with me. Jerry, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm cold like everybody else.
Yeah, no kidding. We got to go to a red hot meeting to get warmed up, and you got one, right, Jerry?
Yes, we do. Tomorrow at Capolco Credit Union here in Saginaw, we're going to be doing Are You Prepared? You know, things change during life, and so there could present some opportunities. And so at this workshop, we're going to be talking about new rules, laws, new changes, both federal and state, that it could implement the plan you have. And of course, if you don't have a plan, you're really vulnerable. So what we're doing is we're offering this workshop as a free consultation as a product of it. If you're willing to come and spend an hour, bring your questions. We're happy to answer all of them after 3-4 decades of working with estate planning. We haven't heard all of them, but we sure heard most of them.
Well, I guess. So again, it is going to be where at Capolco?
It's at Capolco here in Saginaw on Cabaret Trail. That's just south of McCarty and just west of Bay. It's not hard to find at all. Call me at 989-790-1461 to register, or go to Jerry Reif, that's my last name, R-E-I-F, lawyer, jerryreiflawyer.com. And we've got some room. We're pretty full, but make room for more, and it will be warm, and we'll have coffee.
Hey, there you go. Jerry, look forward to hearing from you. You take care. Have a good one, all right?
And you too. Take care.
You bet. Jerry Reif on a meeting that's going to be held tomorrow. Another Jerry online. Who do we have, Matthew?
Up next, we have Jerry Samolsky, and he's from the Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Exesville. Mr. Jerry, how are you doing today?
Guys, hey, we did have some snow sticking on some plants this weekend, this past few days.
Boy, and I'll tell you, that stuff is not coming off, is it?
You know what? It's not. And so just let it be. Sometimes you'll do more damage than good by trying to beat the snow off and bust it all up and then, get it to come up. It'll come on its own. Some plants will, and some, most of them will. Some of them may not. Some of those emerald green arborvitae, I saw some splayed way open, just almost laying the ground 10 footers. So the best thing, again, if that happens, when the wet snow comes, if you can bang it off before it gets really cold and freezes on hard, which clearly has happened now. So it's there until it decides maybe in a week or two we can get some warmer weather above freezing.
Yeah, I think about 10 days. About 10 days we should be able to work at it then.
Yeah, and then just kind of lightly shake them off and get off what you can and let nature take its course.
All righty. Jerry, thank you very much. We'll talk to you again, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
Are you upset with your current planter performance? Are you considering buying a new planter but blown away from sticker shock? With Precision Planting's VSET, V-Drive, and Delta Force, we can retrofit your old planter to outperform any new planter on the market. Then access all your data from planting to harvest easily with Field View. Call PC Ag Solutions today and get your parts ordered, installed, and ready to go for the upcoming growing season. 989-868-4444. PC Ag Solutions.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Freeland Bean and Grain. All the ducks are in a row at Freeland Bean and Grain. Vic Huffer is ready to answer any questions that you might have as you prepare for planting season in 2024. You want to talk to Vic? Just give him a call, or better yet, just stop by the office. Serving you since 1983. It's Freeland Bean and Grain, where serving you is their business. Obviously, no markets today, but we're going to give you an update at 12:30, so stick around for that. Now we conclude our program with a playing of our national anthem.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSGW, Saginaw,